There's more. Hang on to your seat, baby, cause this one's a screamer, a screamer.
What is going on, YouTube? So today I'm going to be talking about Riri's interview with Rocky of Bad Girls Club. Before I get started, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know what you guys thought about the interview. If you guys do check it out, or just my review in general. So y'all, Riri, this is her first interview she's ever did. I think this is the first Jose's Cabaret interview ever. Besides, I think Henny did an interview, a couple other girls did an interview, but it wasn't like on like I'm not gonna say professional standard, but it wasn't like this was the first in-person interview. Like two people was in person in the same place doing the interview. A lot of the couple of interviews that I've seen some of the Cabaret girls have done, it's been like them doing it through like a Skype type platform to where they're in a whole nother state. Whoever's interviewing them is in a whole nother state. So this is a courtesy of Rocky's podcast. And I saw what Rocky did. Shout out to Rocky at Bad Girls Club, because that girl is smart, because she was on Bad and Bougie's podcast and she switched around and basically is created her own podcast and interviews people on there, talks about topics and everything like that. So y'all need to check out her podcast. It's called Bad Life Podcast with Lyfe. So she kind of put a little twist to it or whatever. So yeah, the interview, y'all, was really, really good. We got to know a little bit more about Riri. So first, just to start off, not gonna lie, the editing on Jose's Cabaret made Riri seem like not a ditzy, but it made her seem like standoffish and sort of like dumb. Like, I ain't got time for that. Like, no. She actually was really, really cool in this interview. She's like really, really pretty. That's the thing. Like, I don't know what Zeus, I don't know if she had a glow up or she had some surgery since Jose's Cabaret, but she's really pretty. Like, facially, she's gorgeous. So we find out more about her background or whatever, and her real name is Rio, like Rio de Janeiro. That's her real name. Her real name isn't Riri, and her last name is I forgot her last name. It's like Rio Dicel or something like that. It sounds really, really nice. So that's her real name, whatever. We find out more about her background. She she grew up in poverty, which it kind of makes sense because her being a dancer, whatever. It doesn't really surprise me that she did come from poverty, and that's what made her turn to dancing and stripping, whatever, which she made a skill out of, because the stuff that Riri does, people don't know it takes a certain amount of skill. It's not just shaking your ass or doing a drop like Raven like that. No, like we're just not dropping. Like she's actually doing choreography on the pole tricks and everything like that. That takes sometimes a long time to master. So what she's doing actually takes skill. So one thing I was surprised to find out is how cultured Riri is. That girl is so cultured. They started talking about like black music. She started talking about Snoop Dogg, Too Short, and everything like that. I thought she was one of them white girls that listen to like Avril Lavigne, you know, punk rock alternative type girls, but she's really, really not. Like she's actually really cultured. So I was happy to find that out, because she's allowed to the cookout. Like she's allowed to the cookout. So let's get to the good stuff. They start talking about Jose's Cabaret, and this is where I'm kind of mad at Rocky. Here's my thing: when people do an interview, y'all see the interviews I've done on my page, and this is with Blue Girls Club members. Y'all see how long these interviews be. I be doing my research, thorough research. I don't just, like splash it together, ask you little stupid itty bitty questions. Like I do my thorough research to find out the teas of stuff, especially if you can't really talk about certain things. Like we know she can't really talk about the lawsuit or the in depth about the reunion or in depth about the lawsuit, but you still could kind of ask around what's going on, because we've seen people like K Capri, we've seen a lot of other cast members go live or whatever, talk about certain things that happened at the reunion and stuff like that, and they didn't get in trouble for it. So we know that if you could ask, like if Rocky could have asked Riri a little bit more questions about what happened at the reunion, or is she okay now, is she physically hurt, stuff like that, like kind of pitter patter around the questions without having her get into deep about it, because she didn't get too deep about the reunion, but she did get a little deep about Jose's Cabaret. So we end up finding out that, the I Wanna Ride, the Vegas video that Riri was in, she said she was not paid for that video. She said Lexi Blow wasn't paid for that video. So Jocelyn isn't paying the girls. You see, she's calling everybody, you're $2 hoe. She can't even pay the girls $2 hoes. She can't pay the hoes $2 for the music videos. So it's like what it is. But let me tell you why it's these girls' faults too, because if you're gonna do a music video and you get there on set, you need to ask for the money up front. You get what I'm saying? Because especially if you're already there and you're already the talent, whatever, it's not like you're just gonna take the money and leave. You're gonna sit there, do the music video, and then shake. But you already know how Joseline and Zeus do. They're not professional about certain things. You feel me? So I would ask for the money up front. I would be like, I want the money. I want the money now. I want the money. I want the money now. Now I want to ride. I want to ride. No, it would have been like, give me the check. Give me the check now. That's what I would have been on. That's what I'm saying, right? So she never paid them for the Vegas video, and she talked about the actual house. So she was saying it was separated, right? There was actually a guest house, which I think I know what they're talking about. Like, especially in one scene, especially you remember that scene when Raven, Lollipop, and Diamond were talking at that little table. I think that was around that guest house because it looked kind of secluded from the actual house. She said there was a guest house with Lollipop, Raven, Diamond, and Jordan, and they called it AKA the dog house. So I guess that house was super, super dirty. It was super, super nasty, right? And the rest of the house, she said, was a little bit more cleaner. So they called it the dog house or whatever. So she was like, producers would come in and start talking crap about them, like, oh my God, I had to clean after their section of the house. It's so dirty. It's like the dog house. There's clothes piling on top of each other, which I can't talk crap because my room isn't the cleanest. But best believe if I move into a reality show house, I'm gonna make sure that it's clean. You feel me? Because y'all not gonna talk crap about my ass. You know what I'm saying? I'm only not as clean. My room isn't the cleanest because of work and I'll be tired as hell. But besides that, like, if let's say I were going on a TV show, it'd be spick span because y'all not gonna come for me. That's all I'm saying. Like, it's just that wasn't gonna happen. So we found out that Jordan was actually really, really cool with the other side of the house. Like, she was really close to them. So Riri was like, oh, like, I get it. She was just trying to make friends or whatever, but she was really cool with like Lollipop and Raven and Diamond in them. And we find out that Jordan was playing this caretaker because she was buying Lollipop's clothes, buying Lollipop's food, paying for Lollipop's transportation. And this is everything that Riri said in the interview. She was saying she was paying for all these things for Lollipop and everything like that. And I'm like, damn, Jordan is a really nice girl for that. Because it's like, she didn't have to do that. She don't know y'all like that. She don't know Lollipop like that. So she did that at the kindness of her own heart. So that shows her that she's a really, really nice person. So another thing, Riri says she wonders why Joseline didn't ask her to go on tour with her. You know, them little Miami dates. One of them I think I canceled. I was going to go to. Y'all didn't end up going because of the reunion. I didn't agree with what happened to the reunion. Plus, one of the ones that I was going to go to ended up getting canceled. So thank God I didn't pay for it, right? So she was saying she was surprised that Joseline didn't invite her to the reunion. I mean, to the tour or whatever. And it's basically because she thinks Joseline's jealous of her and is a little bit intimidated by her. Because you guys already know the Loso backstory. Like, Riri started using Loso, which is Joseline's makeup artist / creative stylist or whatever for the season 3. She started using him off of the show or whatever. So you already know how Joseline is. She don't want you using people that she's worked with. So that kind of explains it. So we find out that she does music. She's written a couple songs now. She's recorded a couple songs and everything like that. And we also find out about the confessional. So she was saying, of course, all reality shows do this. She was saying how, like, they'll try to make them say certain things in the confessionals. They'll give them drinks. She was like, they kept telling them, take this shot, like, keep taking shots, which I hear that they'll try to get them to say certain things in all reality shows. But the one thing I never really heard of is them making them drunk in confessionals. So that shows Zeus really be trying to get them to say something off the wall. Because I never heard of reality shows trying to get them drunk and take shots during the confessionals. Because if they're inebriated, their confessional is gonna look crazy because they're gonna be drunk and be like, like Darrell was on the first episode of Bad Boys when he was like, like that type of vibe, right? So yeah, we end up finding out she works at some different clubs in Las Vegas. She lives in Vegas full time. As you guys know, Rocky, a Bad Girls Club, does live in Vegas full time as well. So we find that out in the interview. Both of them are gonna probably end up hanging out. And yeah, I'm just disappointed she didn't talk about the reunion and the lawsuit. I know she could get in trouble if she kind of, especially talk about the lawsuit, but I know Rocky could have worded certain questions about the reunion and lawsuit to where she would have been able to answer it just a little bit. You get what I'm saying? Just a little teensy bit, like worded it a little bit better. Like, I feel like people who do interviews, like I said, need to do their research. Like to me, before I do an interview, I do one like full day of research. Like I research the hell out of that person, their social media, who they got beefs with, all that stuff. Like I research the hell out of that person. I go back to the show and rewatch it to see if I missed anything. Like by the time I have like 3 pages of questions, like all that type of stuff. Like you get what I'm saying? I wish you just could have did her research just a little bit more. She asked the Rocky asked her about K Capri, asked her if K Capri uh ended up eating on her cootie cat, right? She said no. She asked her if K Capri ate anybody's cootie cat in the house. She said no. So she asked her about stuff like that. She asked her about fighting. So in the house, she was saying basically, because K Capri went on record and said this, that Joseline made her fight Wet Wet. So she told K Capri, she said, Joseline said, do you either gonna fight Wet Wet or you gonna fight Lexi Blow? So she chose Wet Wet instead of Lexi Blow or whatever, right? So that's who K Capri ended up fighting, because Joseline was like, oh, if you don't fight her, I'm gonna kick you out the house. I'm gonna find a way to get you out the house or whatever. And she even went on record. Riri said that the producers went to her and was like, oh, we need you to fight somebody. We need you to fight K Capri. So they wanted her to fight K Capri. So what Riri did that was smart, and that's what more reality stars need to do. She went to K Capri and told her that right away, because she didn't want the producers getting in her head and being like, oh, we heard Riri was gonna fight you. Basically, you get what I'm saying? Trying to instigate. So she did the smart thing by going to K Capri first before the producers got to K Capri. So that was really it. Like I said, Riri is pretty as hell. In the interview, she's gorgeous. Gorgeous as hell. Yeah, I need to check out the podcast interview. It was actually really, really good. It was funny. Rocky has good vibes, and she has like the personality to interview people, because this is Rocky. She's like, oh my God. Did you guys how long did you guys stay in the house? 20 days? Oh my God, that's crazy. So like my experience in the bad girl's house, like we were there for like 3 months, and like it was hella fights. You feel me? It was hella fights. So she has that personality and that vibe to give off a good interview. I just wish she did her research just a little bit more. Let me know if you guys checked out that interview, what you guys thought about the Riri interview, and if you guys already know the reunion is this Sunday, right? So we're anticipating the reunion. You already know my review is probably gonna be like an hour long, because this reunion is gonna be lit. We need to break down every detail of this reunion. Let me know what you guys thought about this interview and leave your comments down below.